Hello, this is Rick Adams from practicalcsm.com, wishing you a fantastic day wherever you happen to be and whatever you happen to be doing, and also welcoming you to another episode of Customer Success Rants and Musings with myself, Rick Adams. And today's episode is episode 51, Increasing Renewals with Sticky Content. So I got a message on my Facebook group a while back from a member there. And they said, this is paraphrasing what they said, but basically they said, part of my role as a CSM is to focus on increasing the adoption of our software as a service product and creating stickiness on our customer platform for successful renewals. What scalable adoption approaches and engagement strategies might I follow to achieve the desired results? So, good question. So how can we create that level of stickiness, sticky content that we would like to do? So I've got some ideas. Here are some ideas as to how we might go around creating stickiness. So first thing I suggest is build a peer-to-peer community or a customer community that isn't just you. So if you rely on a you in the middle and everybody else on the edges, and you're pushing content out to them strategy, that's good. Don't get me wrong, that's important. It's essential that you do that, but it does mean that all the content has to be created by you. If, on the other hand, you start to build peer-to-peer communities with your customers and they're all pushing content to each other as well, then suddenly the total amount of content can be increased, quite substantially without any extra work on your behalf. So it's not all relying on your work and your content. So try to do some peer-to-peer or customer community stuff where actually one customer maybe is helping another customer. In terms of the type of content that you might push out to make your own platform more sticky, for your customers, things like tools that they can use to assess or to determine or to measure or to understand better, things like that. Automated tools or downloadable, either way, could be useful in that situation. So a downloadable tool might be something like an Excel spreadsheet. An automated tool might be something that they use online. Checklists, playbooks, so best practice, all that sort of stuff. Anything that's step by step, taking somebody through a process, breaking it down into a nice simple order. And ask the expert feature, where you're asking them to contribute their questions, and then you pick the questions that you feel are the most relevant ones to answer publicly, as it were, and provide a public answer to them. Now, again, this is really useful because if one customer or client is thinking about a question, then it's likely that quite a few others are also thinking about the same thing. So it's useful because you're now publishing effectively an answer to a support type question, but to multiple people. The other thing, of course, is it also tells you what's on the minds of your customers. So it's very useful bit of research as well there. So an AMA, Ask the Expert feature, something of that nature, and you could turn that into a regular occurrence and make it a live event as well. So you could actually do this once a week or once a fortnight or once a month. You could actually create something that was live, that had a bit of interest to it. People can ask their questions live and turn it into kind of almost like a coaching session. Publish FAQs, of course, if you're not already doing that. So frequently asked questions. That, of course, is very powerful indeed. Maybe publish a question of the week or a question of the month and make a big thing about it, or a contributor of the week or contributor of the month. So try and sort of get some people involved and name names and recognize people for their contribution into the community. And basically what I'm trying to say here is take some content that you've got and use it in multiple ways. And that's one of the nice things about the world of digital. So as we move from an analog into a digital world, so it becomes a lot easier to reuse our content. So if you've already got an article that was written a year ago, can you now turn it into a playbook? And if you've already got a playbook and an article, well, then what else could you do with it? Are there any FAQs that it effectively answers that you haven't yet documented? Is there anything about it that you could then say, well, we can turn that into a use case and describe how our product is used in a unique situation? So to think about how we can reuse the data that you've already got, and of course, survey your customers. ask them, how would they like you how would they like you to grow your platform for them? So don't forget, the obvious thing of asking your customers what they would like. So I hope that was useful. There's a few ideas around creating sticky content that could be useful for your customers. And of course, just to say one final thing is, when you're thinking about sticky content, it is very much an ongoing task. So it's not a thing that you can just do and say, right, now we've created our platform and we've got our content and it's sticky, because that stickiness wears off if you don't keep refreshing. So the secret of a really good sticky site that people want to visit and revisit is the amount of interaction and the amount of content refresh that is going on within it. So good luck with that. I hope that proved useful. Don't forget, if you like the Rants Musings series, please do click the button to subscribe and the bell icon to be informed of new additions to the series when we publish them. Thank you very much indeed. This is me, Rick Adams from practicalcsm.com, saying thank you for listening or watching, and see you again in future episodes. Bye-bye.